RLG International Performance Review Database for CIS 600. I'm Francisco. I will be your presenter on behalf of my team, starting with Holly Flores. She has 15 years of work experience, including over 11 years in logistics management as an Army officer and program manager providing training on Army logistics systems. Recently, she moved to Anchorage from Colorado, where she has even a bigger playground to explore. She also hopes that she can transition her work experience into the oil and gas industry. Next up, we have James Evans, who's a senior operations manager in the Work at Home division for a contact center outsourcing company managing over 200 team members in the U.S. and Canada. He currently lives in Las Vegas, Nevada. He's been there for over a year now. Transferred there for New Mexico, where he lived for 7 years, but he calls West Virginia home. In his spare time, he likes to enjoy the outdoors, traveling, skiing, hiking, backpacking, and spending time with his dogs. Next up, we have Brett Oberlin. He has 10 years of experience as a financial and operations leader with PNC Bank, Borders Group International, Pearson's Education, and most recently he was working as a controller for Wolters Kluwer Law and Business Legal Education. He currently lives in Boston, Massachusetts with his wife Erica, 1-year-old son Anton. He's originally from Michigan, where he drifted around but mostly lived in Kalamazoo and Ann Arbor. He'd like building PCs and seeing how he can overclock them and watch them smolder. Next up, we have myself, Francisco Jaramillo. I have over 10 years of sales experience, 4 years working for Verizon Wireless as a business account executive. My job is to work hand in hand with businesses to help them become more profitable and efficient via wireless technologies. I live in Colorado and love to enjoy the beautiful sunny outdoors as much as possible. Last but not least is Efosa Aaron. He is electrical engineer at Lockheed Martin, where he's been for 9 years. He's currently pursuing his MBA with a specialization in CIS at CSU. He's been living in Highlands Ranch, Colorado for the last 4 years. Since moving there, he spent most of his time working, studying, and remodeling his house. Our project purpose. Our project sponsor, Kurt Gibson from RL International, he's the vice president and business unit leader. It's an Alaska oil and gas company, came to us with some challenges that he and his team were having with the current way they were managing their documentation of their employee performance. Kirk explained, RL International is an international oil and gas company with over 250 professionals located all over the globe. Our project purpose was to create a cloud-based performance evaluation system that can centralize reviews and eliminate the current Excel spreadsheets that they were using to document employees' performance. Kirk explained that his company didn't have a satisfactory way of maintaining employee reviews, and the reviews were created on Microsoft Excel files, with a copy kept by an elevator and a copy being sent to their home office. He said they also didn't have a format to document periodic performance conversations with employees to review when making employment decisions and conducting annual performance evaluations. Although their current system is adequate, according to Kirk, there were complications due to somewhat frequent employee moves and supervisor change. After talking with Kirk, our team scope statement developed almost immediately. He was looking to our team to help develop a comprehensive cloud-based solution to maintain all the employees' performance information, including annual performance evaluations, periodic real-time performance conversations, and employee bonus information in an accessible location so that authorized leaders can access this information when needed. He further wanted alerts to be sent to their HR and payroll departments if records are changed to ensure that anyone in the company that needs to know these updates were notified. This project had the potential to be very complex and could take months. We wanted to define a realistic outcome within the time frame that we had that would be the most benefit to our project sponsor. We identified 4 key elements that would be needed to measure this project a success. The first is personnel contact record input at the business unit level, annual performance reviews, non-annual performance conversations updated in real time, and performance-based company bonus information generating an automatic email to key personnel when a performance record is updated. Our team was working under assumptions that the sponsor would operate the database using Microsoft Access via Office 365. The sponsor would also maintain the database on a cloud server accessible by business unit. All key personnel would have access to this database. Our key shareholders, in order from most influential to least, is Kirk Gibson, who's the project sponsor and business unit leader, RLG HR corporate headquarters, team leaders, employees, and the project team. As mentioned, our project sponsor, Kirk, came to us with very specific deliverables and success measures. Our deliverable was to deliver an interface database system for entering employee information, a system that could generate alerts, send them out to payroll and HR if a contact record is changed within the database. Our success measures were as follows: a working database from Office 365 that could enter employee contact information, can enter performance reviews, can enter non-annual performance information, can enter bonus information, and that can email on demand key personnel of these updates. From the beginning, our project came together somewhat easily. We felt that we had an excellent project that had the potential to benefit a major company. Holly initiated contact with our project sponsor and got a basic understanding of what he was looking for our group to accomplish. Through conference calls and utilizing emails, we were able to discuss those needs and come up with any questions that we still needed addressed. After meeting with our team, I put together a questionnaire in a short survey, which was then provided to Kirk, our project sponsor, to review with his team. When we received the answers back, we got to work dividing up the deliverables amongst our team members. The current slide shows a schedule of some of the key dates that were completed. Although several members of the team had experience with having been members of a project team before, the project gave much more responsibility in all aspects of managing a major project, from brainstorming project ideas and project initiation through the final stages of the project. We were all involved in each aspect of the project. Whether or not we had directly worked on a specific action item, we met during a weekly conference call to discuss updates from our team members. We tried to leverage our team's strong points to focus on different pieces of the project. For example, Brett had some knowledge of Microsoft Access and some idea on how to compile the interface. Esposa didn't have the Access knowledge but displayed a desire to learn. So he and Brett worked on development and the design of the program, while Holly, myself, and Jamie decided we would be responsible for updates of the project documentation. The following slides demonstrate the division of labor and how we used the divide and conquer method to successfully implement and deliver the project. At this time, I would like to demo two functions that the performance management system accomplished for RL International. As you'll notice, the main landing page is the first thing that a manager would see when conducting a performance review. Our idea was to keep this landing page as user-friendly as possible. There are 4 links on the left-hand side. The first one is the employee contact information. Clicking this link will give you all the information on any employee in the system. Performance management is below that, bonus entry and tracking, and resources. You'd also notice the announcement square that has pertinent information that can be updated as needed. The first step in creating a performance management review would be to click Performance Management. Once the manager clicks the Performance Management link, they are brought to a Performance Management career page. There are various links on this page. In order to create the performance review, the the manager would simply click Performance Review Main. At this point, the manager is brought to the Performance Review Main page. They can either select to continue working on a form that they were previously working on, listed under the employee's name, or create a new form. For the purpose of this presentation, we will be creating a new form for the employee. Once the Create New Form button is clicked, the manager will be brought to the performance review. This performance review document is a standardized form that all managers would use for every employee. As you might remember from earlier with our discussion with Kirk, one of his main concerns is that there was no standardized way to measure and conduct these performance reviews. This form accomplishes that. The manager would simply fill out the employee's information via the drop-down boxes and proceed and complete the performance review as so desired. Another important function delivered via the performance management system is the ability for a manager to document behavior of an employee at any given time. As you may remember, our project sponsor, Kirk, came to us and mentioned that RLG currently had no way of documenting this type of information. In order for a manager to document this type of information, all they'd have to do is select Behavior Tracker. Once the Behavior Tracker button is clicked, the behavior tracking window pops up. The manager just fills out the information about the specific employee and date. At this time, the manager would be able to enter in a brief description of the behavior being tracked. When the manager clicks the Save button, an immediate alert is sent out to HR, alerting them of the specific behavior. As you may note, this is one of our measures of success. While our project went smoothly in most aspects, it wasn't without its challenges. Coordinating schedules and deliverable timelines was challenging due to our team members having full-time jobs, work in this and other classes, as well as personal lives with which to contend. Our group is spread across the United States, all the way from Boston to Anchorage, so just dealing with the difference in time zones was a potential challenge when arranging for a consistent conference call time. However, we found a time that worked for everyone. Another challenge was getting all the project deliverables around designing a performance management solution completed in such a short time frame. This project could take many months, but due to the semester limitations, we only had maybe 10 weeks to get all of this completed and ready to present to our project sponsor for implementation at his company and for us students to get the project submitted for our final grades. In conclusion, our project outcome was a great success. As a team, we were able to overcome the challenges of distance, time, and skill levels and work together as one to deliver a project that was completed within the required time frame. Our project sponsor, Kirk, was extremely pleased with the deliverables, and implementation has already started at RLG International with very favorable reviews. And most importantly, our team was able to get real-world experience on all aspects of project management. This concludes our final presentation. I thank you for your time.